Nice. When I asked you to do something, yes. Sitting there. Okay. Hello. Trying to make this computer cooperate with me. We'll see though. In places in my house where I work. We're friends sometimes. How are you? Oh, my nose itches. Thank you. And the crazy, sad part is that I didn't even know. So commented on one of my videos, happy 1 year. I'm like, oh shit, it's been a year. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you, Leah. I don't think I posted any videos when I started, like first started, but it took me a little while because I was scared to go on camera. Thank you. There's probably some people in other videos because that's how it goes on here. But seriously, this deck is my new favorite. Even comes in a cute little box. And if the lighting wasn't so craptastic, I could show you why, but that's how it goes on the porch sometimes. I woke up to snow today. I was not prepared. I've lived in Minnesota my entire life, and I'm never prepared for when the first snow comes or like it being really cold, even though fall's my season because Scorpio, you know. I feel like this thing was probably going to freeze. We're not freezing today, YouTube. We're cooperating. One way or the other. There will be cooperation from YouTube. Put it up. Or not. What am I sitting on? So GBU stands for good, bad, and the ugly. So it'll be whatever situation you're in, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the situation, because I think it's important to know, don't you? And I wanted to do some questions probably at the end. Good, bad, and ugly, yes. Dig out my new stones. So there's like six people in the room. GBU is good, bad, ugly. Whatever situation that you're in. And I think that positive energy would be good. I didn't have a lot of expectations for my channel when I started. I didn't even know what I was doing. I mean, let's be honest, I still don't really know what I'm doing. And I'm not really completely as dedicated as other people. But at the same time, once I hit 4,000, it's kind of stayed there. I've lost a couple, but I've stayed at 4,000. And I mean, for me, I think that's good. You know, some people can hit thousands upon thousands of people, but at the same time, I know damn well I'm not for everybody. And I'm like ranting and raving, and I have kids screaming, and I'm just being crazy. You know what I mean? So it's just like the people that are supposed to be on my channel, like, you know, you guys are still here, and it's not only the journey that I'm on, it's a journey that we're all on together. And you guys have been more than supportive. You've been more than uplifting, you know, and it's just like, it's not one of those things where, you know, it's all about the money and it's about the fancy videos and, you know, kind of fabricating to make everything super positive messages. It's like the main thing is that it's real, you know, that if there's one thing that you can take from this or start your own journey, that this is where you're supposed to be, you know. And if you so happen to be on my channel, I mean, obviously you met the coolest Scorpio on the face of the planet, because we get the worst reputation by far. And it's just like Scorpio this, Scorpio that, and it's just like haters. You can tell they don't really know a good one. You know, they met an evil one, so they don't like Scorpios. But I feel like they got their feelings hurt by one, though. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave that alone. I started this tarot channel because I got interested in it one day when I was at work. And the answers that I would get about people in my life, about things in my own life, I didn't even understand what I was reading at first, but as time goes on, it's like taking a second look and realizing that after a while things go together. And it's like, it's crazy how my own videos, I go back and watch them like, damn, I said that. You know, it's just one of those things. So it's not about the money. It's not about having the most likes, you know, getting the most subscribers. It's just about that this is a platform for me to be my true, genuine self, and for people that are like-minded to all come together, because that's important, you know, with my Casper white self over here in Minnesota to wherever you guys are, where I probably wouldn't have met anybody around the world like I have on here. So I want to say thank you. I want to say I appreciate you. And to all the people that, you know, defended and left, too bad, suckers. You know what I'm saying? The one thing you're never going to get from me is a lie. And if you want me to sugarcoat things, it's probably never going to happen, because I'll never kiss the ass. You know what I'm saying? But if I could help you, if there's something that you need to know, you're probably going to find out. Most of the time, people already know. They just get mad when you reconfirm it or you say it in a different way. So if we could do some positive energy back out there in this crazy, fucked up ass world that we're living in. And there's so many people that are in my life that don't even know about my channel. I only tell certain people, because there's so many people who are like, it's witchcraft, or you're a con artist, or something like that. And I'm just like, wow, haters. You know, it's crazy how people can have one viewpoint about things and never kind of figure out things for themselves. There's been some people that I've dealt with that I can go back and kind of pay attention to readings, and it's just like, I've kind of tracked you all along, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, and for two, don't ever think that you can get one over on a Scorpio just because we don't say shit. Because for us, it's funny for us to kind of see people squirm and like see how far they're going to take a lie before they actually tell you the truth about some shit that you knew a long time ago. That's the craziest thing that I've learned so far. First of all, I already know shit. You know what I mean? Second of all, the cards tell me even more. And then I'm sitting back like, okay. You know? And then they're just like, well, I'm sorry. To everyone who thinks that they ever lied to me, you didn't lie. You showed me who you were, though, and that helped me out. You know what I'm saying? I think YouTube's awesome. Pisces is one of the most intuitive signs than Scorpio. And Cancer knows certain things too. And I think the reason that certain air signs are good at tarot reading is because they know how to tell the truth, and they know how to separate their feelings from their thoughts. That's why they're good readers. A lot of them are for the good of the people. If this thing keeps freezing, I'm going to chuck it. See if I bring it down here, if this helps. I'm going to sneeze. Yeah. Allergies. I never really paid attention. I just thought that I was crazy for one, but I because people will convince you you're crazy when they don't want you to know the truth, or if they don't see the same things that you do. But I've always been able to tell, and I'd pick up on things. I noticed everything. I noticed like things other people don't, and then you try to ask, did you see that? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. But then you find out later on it's true, and you're like, okay, you know. Scorpio is probably the most misunderstood sign in the zodiac, along with probably someone like Aries and Aquarius. I feel like a lot of the fixed signs are misunderstood for no reason. My favorite zodiac sign. My best guy friend is an Aries, even though I want to punch him in the throat. One of my closest friends is a Cancer. I think that she's probably one of my favorites. And then I get along well with some Libras and then some Geminis, but they seem to switch up. You know what I mean? especially when a dude's involved. When it comes to guys, it's been a lot of Tauruses, the motherfuckers. Dealt with a Leo, dealt with a Pisces. I don't know. I don't think I found the right guy sign yet. So I'll keep you posted. I know damn well I don't want to mess with another Scorpio because I feel like it would just be, I don't even know, good sex with some crazy shit like on the flip side. I don't know much about Aquarius. There was this guy that I was kind of interested in, but I don't like when people ignore me. So I think that's a problem. I'd rather just kind of says connections unstable. I mean, I feel like, you know, they say you're supposed to date within your own element because they're the only ones that would understand you. But at the same time, just because someone understands you doesn't mean that's something I want. I really did like Pisces once upon a time, but I feel like it would be a domestic violence relationship with really good sex. Just as jealous as I am. Pisces, a little bit, yeah. Anger problems. Liked a lot of female attention. But I've yet to meet a guy who doesn't like a lot of female attention, so fuck me, you know what I'm saying? Everybody should try out the Zen Life Relax channel on YouTube and listen to the different tones. It'll change your life. Listen to it when you're sleeping. Listen to it when you're stressed out. When you want to punch someone. It helps. Who should we start the reading with? What are you guys' signs? Aries. What is the good, bad, and the ugly for the sign of Aries? I don't know if California is ready for me. I did go there once. We'll see. This snowy weather is not for me. For the sign of Aries, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly? The bottom is the Magician. So I feel like when it comes to finances, if you're waiting on something, I think that there's definitely stability. So the good is the Five of Swords. So when it comes to fighting for something in your life, when it comes to how you think about, I mean, I just feel like you're nothing to fucking play with at all, because you're ready to just, I wish you would say something. I wish you would say something to me. I will stab you with this right now in your neck. You know? So you're kind of scary in a way. Maybe try to chill out a little bit, because I do see soulmate energy, and there being some stability in this situation with someone from your past who's going to be sending you a message. It could be a water sign, and they want to have this conversation, but maybe you're not sure, or they're not sure, like, what you're going to say, and if you guys could start this again. So maybe whatever your thoughts are about them, I do see things going better than they did in the past. The bad is the Eight of Cups. When it comes to emotions, when it comes to making a choice and then changing the fact that y'all don't really talk about your emotions, it could make or break you when it comes to a relationship. Because I feel like some of you are just ready to cut somebody off, like point blank. Ugly as the King of Cups. There's somebody from your past who might offer a relationship, but they might have some commitment issues, or they don't know what to choose. Somebody wants some Somebody wants you to fight for them. Because they're not letting go. Definitely still holding on. Might even bring you flowers and shit. Leo, the bottom of the deck is the devil. With the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. I think that some of you guys are thinking that there might be somebody in your life that you care about, or whatever the case may be, that maybe isn't talking to you, that just wants to be friends, and you're like, you kind of have mixed feelings about it. But I think that you should have confidence, because the good is the Ace of Wands. So there's going to be this new beginning. A new happy beginning. With the 10 of Cups. But you might be pushing this person away. Some of you guys might have moved on from them. Some of you guys don't want to open up to them. Some of you guys work with this person, but you also kind of fell in love with them. So you feel a little bit defensive, but it's like you want to know the truth about how they feel. They love you. The bad is the 6 of Pentacles. Maybe money issues. Maybe there's somebody who needs your help or did in the past. There's somebody, maybe Leo, that has more than one person. Somebody that might have had a side chick or a baby with someone else. Possibly a Scorpio. But I do see a cycle ending here, but somebody being single. And someone still holding on. Maybe to a marriage, maybe to the money, even though they don't have the same kind of feelings. The ugly is that the 9 of Cups with the wheel. This is somebody that you definitely saw yourself as, you know, having this was your wish come true. This is something you really wanted. This was somebody that you thought was loyal to you. Someone that some of you guys are married to that kind of wants someone else now. But you're stuck in a situation with somebody who would rather be single. So the Wheel of Fortune is moving forward, but there's 3 people in this wheel. Maybe a baby. Sagittarius. What's the good, the bad, and the ugly for the sign of Sagittarius? good, the bad, and the ugly for the sign of Sagittarius. The bottom is the Three of Cups with the Strength card and the Six of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. This could be coming together with friends. This could be you just knowing that when it comes to you getting the job that you deserve, that you're going to get it. And there's going to be a lot more money involved. But that also, some of you could do this on your own. That maybe some of you are going to decide to be your own boss, that know that abundance is here regardless. But you're going to have to make a decision. The good is the Three of Wands for Sagittarius. There's probably more than one direction to go in this situation. There's probably more than one offer in this situation. I feel like whatever situation that you're currently in or what you're currently being offered isn't something you're interested in. But you do consider these people your friends and supportive. And you're not sure what choice you want to make. The bad is the Justice card. Some of you guys might be dealing with the Libra. Some of you guys might be dealing with the justice system. When it comes to a marriage, when it comes to committing to something stable. There might be an air sign who is in a relationship with someone else. So you're sitting here all stressed out and wondering why you don't know what this person feels, and that's because they're already with somebody else. Sweet, isn't it? But they're the kind of person that likes to have more than one person that they're with. An Aquarius. The ugly is that maybe you're conflicted mentally, or maybe you are defensive and ready to fight somebody, but at the end of the day, there's a couple different queens in this picture, you know what I'm saying? And if there's someone that can't make a decision or likes to play around, especially when it comes to feelings and fucking around, you're not afraid to go in your own direction, even if it's kind of on your own, even if you're not really sure. Because I feel like there's someone that is involved here that knows how to manipulate things a certain way or not say things, you know what I'm saying, about how they always go back to their ex for another chance. Or their ex goes back to them and they always go back to them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this is. It was a lesson, but it was something you already knew. The truth is that maybe you have feelings for somebody who left you out, and that's why they're not talking to you. I think that some of you guys wanted to respect this person. Some of you guys did have respect for this person because you thought that they hold this power seat. You know, you thought that you could be emotionally fulfilled with them. You could be really happy with them. But they are juggling. They don't talk about their feelings, haven't told you the truth, and they know how to kind of get their way, don't they? Some motherfuckers. It's going to be up to you what you want to do with this, but this person still hasn't made a decision. Some kind of fantasy with the Cinderella here. You know, she's running up the stairs looking back, but she could definitely go forward or backward at this point. So probably going back to the ex. Sucker. Who should we do next? 7 of Wands. Oh. King and Queen of Cups. Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What is the good, bad, and ugly for our water signs? Three threes again. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, 4 of Cups, might be bored as shit. Bored as shit, knowing that there's a situation you're in where you and this person don't really get along. You're like, I could leave you right the fuck now and I would be okay. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Because your feelings are kind of like, if there's other people fighting for you, I'm not going to fight for you. Do you make me happy? Yes. But could I have another beginning with somebody else? You best fucking believe, yes, I could. 6 of Cups. Soulmate energy from the past, coming back to offer something, as fucking usual. But I feel like your feelings have changed. You felt like you needed to move on and end this cycle. But here comes another message. And damn if it's not. So you have the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like when it comes to an air sign, they had another person that you knew about. When it comes to the earth sign, they have another person and they broke your heart. You've been trying to heal and move forward. You still kind of want to stab a motherfucker, but you haven't made a decision if you want to leave somebody in the past or go forward. The good news is the Page of Cups, that your feelings are real, that there is somebody who could give you what you give them. For some of you with the fire sign, with this stableness. The bad is that there's somebody that you tried to work on this with for, I don't even know how long, where shit just crashed and burned, and this person wanted to be single, and a part of you still holds on to them. A part of you still hasn't made a decision about what it is that you want, even though there's new beginnings here being offered. The ugliest, here comes the earth sign coming back to say they want to put some time into this. I'm sorry, baby, I'll work on this. But the mental illness, the mental state of someone that you're dealing with, some of you have manifested this into your life. Some of you have lost sleep over this. Some of you have anxiety about this. But there's time to let old shit die, because someone might need like medical extensive therapy for the type of shit that they think about and the type of behavioral, whatever kind of disorder you want to call this, okay? Whoever's dealing with the Libra, don't do it. Let it go. Some of you guys are in a relationship with a fire sign, or there's a fire sign that's really attractive to you, you know, they're shady as fuck. You might be in a relationship with them, or they say they want a relationship, but really they don't really want to commit to anyone, and they are batshit crazy. Pisces, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly for the sign of Pisces? Who did Pisces have a baby with? Whoa. So I feel like for some of you, there's an investment here. Let's see if I move you over here, if it works. There's some type of new beginning, Pisces, whether it's with an earth sign, whether it's money. Or maybe it's just an abundance coming to a theater near you. This is complicated. Complications. Ugh. I need to get Wi-Fi back in my house. So, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Four of Pentacles. So, there's potentially a situation where you could be emotionally satisfied with someone who's going to invest some time into you and be stable, but they're probably not going to really open up to you. Maybe you feel like they're a little too materialistic for you, because they don't really say shit, okay? But could this be a situation where things actually grow and expand? Yes. Could this be a situation where you have children together? Yes. Although someone's sleeping. And I feel like this is me to a T. But there's a new beginning. But someone's still holding on to something, whether or not that's if they feel like they want to be single. But then here comes the Tower. Whoosh. So the single energy is gone, I think, Pisces. So there's an equal give and take. But you're dealing with somebody whose emotions are probably as cold as the dead of winter in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to know how they feel. You're probably not going to talk about how they feel. And they're going to be sending you a message. Nice, huh? If you're waiting on a job, there's going to be victory here. If you're waiting on a message about a job, boom. If you're waiting on a message about something, a legal case, I think it's going in your favor. Part of you is still holding on to some type of loss and regret from the past. Whether or not you lost a child, whether or not you're unsure of your feelings. Some of you guys are still pretty attached to a Gemini. And you want to have this new beginning. But someone's kind of keeping to themselves. Someone's not sure of the direction. Someone's being defensive. Because someone got their heart broken in the past. Pisces, if you're dealing with the fire sign, don't trust them. If you're waiting on a job, news is just moving really slow. The good is the Ten of Cups. That there is fulfillment when it comes to total love and support. There's happiness. The bad is the Two of Swords. Someone's going to have to make a decision. A decision you don't want to make. Head over heart. You want to be happy, but a part of you wants to move on because this new person that comes in really slow ends up being really solid, and it ends up being something really stable for you. But there's more than one thing here, because then when it comes to another direction with the Queen of Swords and the Wheel, pick your poison. You know, you're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to figure out the right boundaries about a relationship, because the ugly is that there is something that you do need to move on from, but you don't know what that is yet. And there might be an air sign that moves on from you because they're already in a relationship or a marriage. Yeah. Someone's already fucking married. So you're going to have this conversation about ending this cycle, or about moving this forward. If you're dealing with a Libra, I don't know why I said Libra. If you're dealing with a Leo, what they're not telling you is that they do want to be your friend, but they don't really have these feelings for you anymore because that's over, and they don't really want to open up. I do see some of you guys being really stable with an earth sign, or so you thought that it would be stable, but then there was the ending here. Here comes the Queen of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. You're going to have to work on this if you want a water sign, because for them to talk about their emotions and for you guys to get this relationship off the ground, you're going to have to work through your differences, and you're going to have to heal from some old shit in the past, or one of you always went back to another situation and never kind of left the ex alone. You know what I'm saying? Telling the truth, someone's going to have to tell the truth about what the fuck they were doing and maybe sleeping around and Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, you tell me. Gonna have to take a new direction if you want that one, and tell them how you feel. What are the messages for the Sun of Scorpio? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly for the Sun of Scorpio? Bottom of the deck, Scorpio, is the Two of Swords. Either you have to make a decision, or you're dealing with an air sign who has to make a decision. And I don't really feel like some of you guys need to have enough confidence in yourself to move forward regardless. If it's a Leo, I think, or a Cancer, I see this being a good outcome. If it's a water sign, there's a Leo in your life that might there's going to be something you notice about a Leo in your life. We'll just leave that alone. You need to have there's going to be a conversation about some type of ending here. I feel like there's new things coming in after a situation where maybe you wanted a relationship with a Taurus who put you through the ringer. There's a relationship here, but there's also keeping the right boundaries and moving on from people who don't know what they want, where they have more than one option. There's a fire. I don't know why I keep saying fire. There is an air sign. Actually, if you're going to take a job in the medical field, I see this working out really well for you financially. But you're going to have to move on from the current situation. There is stability here. When it comes to maybe some energy where it was mostly sexual, there's a level of heartbreak here. Some of you guys defended someone who never knew what they wanted. Some of you guys helped somebody who was only in it for themselves. Whether it was your job or whether it was an earth sign that you can't let go of. There's a new beginning possibly with an air sign that you guys have nothing in common. Nothing. That you literally, this girl in the corner, you see her in the background, she's not just shaking her head, she's beating her head on her hands. Like, I don't even fucking know. She has no idea. There's nothing in common between you two. But it's like one of you guys wants this new beginning, and this is like a relationship. It's a soulmate energy where somebody does have feelings, but you guys are going to have to work on this. For real. Because it's somebody that could care about someone in the right way, or someone who could bring happiness and stability in a situation where neither one of you had that in the past. But that involves maybe the air sign leaving out a Libra. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, making a new decision, there's victory. But I see a whole lot of messages being sent here. Thank you, Elsie. There's some type of ending here that no one's talking about. Someone not really opening up. You better open up soon. And stop being a hoe. Or someone's about to dip. So the good is that if someone left your life, they're going to want to come back for a second chance. And it could be a lot of growth and expansion in the situation. But right now, nobody's saying shit. And you know why no one's saying shit? Because there's more than one person here. Thank you, K-Moon. Scorpio is going to have to make a decision about what new beginning that they want. And someone's going to get left out. Scorpio is going to be the one running this time. And there's going to be a new beginning when it comes to a job, I think. But it's more like, don't stay too mentally conflicted in your head, because I feel like this is a good investment for some of you. It's just really slow moving. There's also a soulmate here. Motherfucker that could be coming back into your life. Some of you guys are really stressed out. Jesus. The ugly is that you guys are going to balance out your emotions, but it's going to be after you've been through hell. There's a lotus flower down here that is going to be helping you heal, but it's like you kind of been through a lot. What's your situation again, K-Moon? Because I don't remember.
Hi, Mom.
It's time for bed.
Can I say hi? Hi. Hi, guys.
It's 11:37, and that's out of my purse. Give it back to me now. You dug in my purse? Put it back.
Well, yeah, I found
Put it back.
car this morning.
No, it was in my purse. Shut the door.
Well, yeah.
Dating a Scorpio. Well, let's see. What did you want to know? Good night, Roxy. I think that this person seems like they're either distant or don't have any emotions is because they have a lot of shit on their shoulders. 10 of Wands, they're carrying a lot of things that nobody knows about. And they're scared. Oh. K-Moons, you scare him? Little scary self. The passion's here. And you guys feel the exact same way about each other. But it's about a balance. He doesn't seem like a bad guy either. Yeah, I think he's your twin. Ugh. There's a lot of passion here, but there's something to do, yeah, with his mom. I think this person's your soulmate, but they went through something really bad in their life, and They're trying to balance things, but I think that they want to talk to you. There's a lot of fear around this person. There's passion. I think it would be an equal give and take. They're just not very good at opening up, and they don't talk about their feelings at all. Welcome to Scorpio land. I think that they've been sleeping a lot. I think that for some of them, they've had to take on a lot of responsibilities when it comes to their home. They're kind of waiting for things to smooth out a little bit better. But they definitely, there's like happy. I don't know. They're happy, but they run away from their feelings. And there was a death which is keeping them in the Nine of Swords. They're healing and they're working a lot, and they're trying to be happy again and find the strength, you know what I mean? They're not really talking about their financial situation or their medical issues, or maybe just the fact that they're waiting on a new job, maybe, but they want to have a new direction. He feels like he was abandoned. And maybe he needs a friend. And a lot of healing. Because they have a lot of things going on, so they probably wouldn't be able to commit to you the way that they wanted to. But they do want to at some point. They're trying not to think about how they feel. They're trying not to think about their emotions. That's probably why they seem like they don't have any. That's what happens when you go through trauma, or you go through really something that breaks your heart. You go through this period of time where you're numb. And then there's kind of like mental conflict that maybe they don't talk about. I think that person probably just needs to go out and have some fun. And know that you're in their circle of support. Because their feelings are all fucked up. I still have air signs to do, and I'm going to just openly admit I'm a little bit salty with air signs right now. Not all of them, and it's nothing personal to any of you. But I guess we can do Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. What's the good, the bad, and the ugly for our air sign, the Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini? I don't know how to say your name. Itadal. Are you female Aquarius or are you male Aquarius? I'm guessing female. Good, the bad, and the ugly for Aquarius. The bottom is the Queen of Cups. You have someone maybe in your energy field that you need to make a decision on, or they need to make a decision on you. Probably a little bit disappointed with you because your stubborn ass doesn't want to make a decision, or they don't really know that maybe there's some energy of having fear when it comes to investing or telling the truth when it comes to a soulmate situation where things kind of ended. So maybe someone sent you a message and you haven't responded. I think that there's some other things going on. There's a decision that needs to be made about some kind of transition that you're in your life. There's a new beginning, possibly with an earth sign, but you're not really sure. You're kind of have a lot of anxiety because there was a situation where maybe you wanted something with a I think there was an ending with an earth sign. And there might be a fire sign who needs to make a decision. But there's a lot of mental conflict about whether or not this could be emotionally fulfilling, whether or not you're willing to take this leap of faith, whether or not you're going to actually admit your feelings. The good news is, for some of you guys, there's the Ten of Cups. That there is happiness here. There's total love and support. The bad is the Five of Pentacles. No, this is either financial issues or this is leaving someone out in the cold. Someone you haven't really told yet. Someone you haven't made a decision about. Maybe an earth sign. Ooh. But I feel like there's some type of message here that someone is kind of in hermit mode. Maybe you need to send a message back to someone about the ending that's here, or someone from your past. But I do see some of you guys moving forward in this energy with a fire sign. But you need to have some confidence and take control of this situation, because there's like good things here and a new beginning, but someone's really stressed out. Someone feels like they don't know what you want or what you're going to put your time into because you hold back. The ugly is there's probably a Gemini who has more than one option. There's a fire sign who has more than one option, but there's some type of disruption here where you need to make the right decision and maybe not run away from your feelings. I think that you guys don't have feelings for an earth sign anymore. You guys might have been really loyal to a Libra who you guys haven't released all the way. So it's kind of preventing any kind of new beginning until you close out this cycle. Make a fucking decision about what you want and who you have feelings for. Because you have the Two of Cups, but you're going to have to work for it. Some of you guys are going to have to defend yourself when it comes to a job. But I think that somebody has a choice between an earth sign and an air sign. Maybe you have a choice. You're pushing people away because something is like disconnected and you feel like there's some situation where there's nothing really in common, but you need to balance things out if you want to move forward. Some of you guys don't have feelings for someone you want to have this new beginning where it's equal, but you might have some commitment issues, a lot of choices. Maybe think about your feelings and your decision, looking towards the future, manifest the right things. I think that there hasn't been a decision made yet, but there is something that needs to end. Because someone has a choice and someone's scared to make a choice. And all someone's really doing is pushing someone away to the point where they're about ready to leave. There's a water sign who's about to leave and go in a new direction, because that's kind of what you've made them think that they needed to do. Thank you. Libra, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly for the sign of Libra? Knight of Swords. Kind of heartbreak here. The good news is that there's a marriage with a water sign, possibly, who could be sending you a message. But you're dealing with someone who doesn't really want to commit to you. There's some kind of ending here to something that you thought was going to make you really happy. So there's someone who isn't really opening up and someone who's moving on from you because you guys tried to work this out and it didn't work out. There's an air sign here who's kind of mentally conflicted about whether or not to close this, a fire sign, about whether or not to close this cycle, because there's a fire sign who's still holding on to some of you guys. Could be a Leo. And they might be coming back in. They're just really slow. You guys might need to work on a situation and realize what an equal give and take is in a relationship, in a partnership, and that there's a difference between the level of deception around an air sign who might be in love or have feelings for someone else. But there's a new beginning with a fire sign for some of you that you had a child with, perhaps. There's an earth sign who could be being defensive but could be having a conversation. And then there's a new beginning here. There's really hasn't been a decision made. But I feel like there's an earth sign that does want to have this new beginning, and there will be victory in that. The ugly is the Three of Wands. That some of you guys have been waiting for this motherfucker to come in for quite a while. That they might have been juggling in the past. Especially if it's an earth sign. Or that this is going to be something that happens in the future because of whatever reason, there's going to be victory with the fire sign for some of you Libras. It's just going to take some time to get there. Victory, though. And moving forward in a direction that you want to go in anyway. You probably were, low-key. Wheel of Fortune with a new job as well. That maybe you've been manifesting this fire sign back into your life. And recently realized that there weren't any mutual feelings or ground to stand on with an air sign that, or someone that you loved. And even though there was a potential for a new relationship, it ended up being a really bad ending, and you needed to move forward and go towards someone else. Gemini, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly for the sign of Gemini? Gemini, the bottom is the Five of Wands. A situation where maybe you had to move on from an air sign because, I keep saying air. You had to move on from a fire sign because you couldn't work things out. You tried, didn't work out. Could have been a relationship, could have been a marriage. There was something that ended with someone in the past. There's some old feelings from the past that you need to let go of, and that realizing that moving forward and making a decision for yourself about how you truly feel. And if it's something where you're starting a new business, I see it being successful. This is the Chariot. That you're moving forward and you're having the confidence to move past something from your past. You're moving past a situation that you were in momentarily, but I see that being a stable foundation for you, even though a part of you is still holding on to from something from your past. The bad is the Hermit. If you're dealing with a Virgo, they needed to kind of isolate themselves to learn something. They needed... There might be a conversation with someone who at one time you loved or they loved you, about they're kind of trying to start something new, but this person broke your heart. So you're not really sure how you feel about it, and you haven't really completely made up your mind about what you want to do. But in the future, I feel like you're going to make the decision to move forward past this person and get this divorce from someone. Some of you guys are dealing with an earth sign who isn't telling you something about another person that they're with, another person that they're still holding on to. And I see you guys having the confidence to kind of have this solid foundation with this person, but at the same time, kind of retreat and heal and move forward. Make this decision to invest in a new beginning, even though it's really slow moving with the fire sign. But you need to kind of end some conflicting thoughts that you have about the past and all this stress, because you guys do have feelings for someone. Could have something to do with your kids. I feel like there was some kind of ending here, but I do see things kind of going in your favor. Some of you guys withdrew from someone in your life, and looking towards the future, there was something you needed to learn from them, especially when it comes to what you invest in. And there's healing here and balance, but it also comes along the line with losing something, and it's a decision about a direction that you want to go, maybe with the fire sign, who had some commitment issues, didn't really make a chance, didn't really make a decision in the past. But I do see there being more than one decision about a soulmate from your past, someone who had a baby with someone else that you kind of pushed away, even though there's someone in your life that wanted to help you, but you pushed them away. For another person. And I think in the future, you're going to figure out the truth about this. But for now, you're kind of continuing down the same path. And if they seem like they don't care, they do. They just are being defensive because of a situation with work, of a situation they might have had to they needed to be defensive for a reason that they're not really revealing. And that's not really giving me much else besides they needed to leave, or you needed to leave for a reason. And there's better things coming here, especially when it has to do with finances. We did the punk ass air signs. Just kidding. You're not all punk asses. Anyways, 1 year down on this YouTube channel of mine, Guided Tarot, made it through the first year with many more years to come. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the positive energy. And to everyone who's gotten a reading, to everyone who's donated. Just for kind words of encouragement, I appreciate you all. And I'm going to get off here because I've been on here for a long time. But I love you all, and I hope you all have a good weekend. Bye. This thing will let me end it. End.